So we're going to talk about one equation today for the whole day, and it has to do with this thing called the natural base E, and I will tell you all about that in a second. Here's the equation. A equals P times E raised to the RT power, otherwise known in math and science circles as Pert. Pert. Pert is your friend. Pert is a nice guy. There's some pieces. What? Sure. I don't know it. That's after my time. It's after my time. I am. Wow. Wow. Okay, here are the pieces for Pert. A is still final amount. Just like it was final amount over here. All right, it's still final amount. P is still the principal, which remember is fancy word for initial. R is still rate, and you still want it to be a decimal. And T is still time. So everything is the same, but you are probably sitting there thinking, what is going on with this E thing? What is E? It is the natural base, yes. But what is the natural base? Well, in the math, the high stakes world of math, okay? It is a cutthroat game out there, all right? It's a cutthroat game. You know, living in the world of math, you make $1 million, you lose $1 million. Yep. And in the fast-paced world of math, there is a certain club of numbers. It is the VIP Baller Numbers Club, okay? There are a couple of numbers that you already know that are in the VIP Baller Numbers Club. What do you there's one that I'm thinking of. Okay, I is in the VIP Baller Numbers Club. There's another one that you talked about a lot more in geometry. Pi. I and pi are in the VIP Baller. Yeah. There is another number that's in the VIP Baller Numbers Club, and it is this number E. So, yep. So let me tell you about E. E is just a number. It's nothing crazy. In fact, on a graphing calculator, yep, that's an amazing picture. In fact, on a graphing calculator, I don't think this is on the scientific calculators, but I don't know if this is on your phone either. We'll find out. There is a button for E. There it is. There you go. The Desmos scientific calculator on the laptops definitely has E as an option. Okay? So here's everything you need to know about E. All right? 1, E is not scary. Okay? I'm just telling you. E is not scary. E is a nice number. No. I'm what? That's it. That's it. Yeah. It's E to the X power. Yeah. You want to know what the actual number is? It is 2.7 with a bunch of stuff after that. Okay, so like pi is 3.14 with a bunch of crap after that. E is 2.7 with a bunch of garbage after that. Okay. Someday, if you take calculus and beyond, you will learn how E became a part of the VIP Baller Numbers Club. all right? It has to do with some calculus concepts like the limit of a function, which you don't really know right now. But someday, if you're sitting in Calc 2, you will learn why E is a part of the VIP Ballers. But for now, just know that E is kind of a big deal, all right? E is part of the VIP Baller Numbers Club, and you would do well to not question E. For all our purposes, guys, just know E is a number. That's all it is. And there's a button for it on your calculator. Okay? Maybe. Maybe. But I wouldn't know anything about that. What? Mm-mm. Why? Really? How do you know him? Oh. Yeah, no, I don't. I did not have him. Yeah, no, I never did. I think he kind of showed up after I was done. Yeah. No, I didn't really have any amazing math professors. All right, here we go. Let's do an example. Oh boy, Mr. Smith finally figured out how to be a smart investor. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Like the important thing. This equation, we use this for continuously compounding interest. So like this one was for compounding interest, and remember, n was how many times it compounds. We use this equation, we use Pert, when we're talking about continuously compounding interest. So it's compounding all the time, okay? I don't know if this is real or not. Don't quote, well, I know this is real. I'm going to tell you something else. What I'm about to tell you, I don't know if this is real or not, but there's an old quote. You guys know when people say, like, this person said this. Most of the time it's not true. Like, people get misquoted all the time. But there's allegedly a quote from Albert Einstein where he said, the two most powerful forces in the universe are gravity and continuously compounding interest. But let's find out. All right, Mr. Smith finally figured out how to be a smart investor. So he invests $1,050. Nope. Nope. So it has an annual interest rate of 5.5%. And here's the big thing. Let's get compounded continuously. Yep. Those two words, compounded continuously. That is the dead giveaway. Dead giveaway that I need to use Pert. So if it says compounded continuously, you use Pert. If it just says compounding interests, you use this. But if it has that word continuously, we're rolling with Pert, okay? So I got to write an equation here. Write a function to model the value. Well, again, we just got to, yeah. We keep E. Yeah, just keep E. All right, so we need to go find all our pieces just like yesterday. We need an initial. We need a rate. Do we have any of that? Yeah, we have some of them. What do you have? Okay, you have 1050. That is the initial. That's your principal. And then it's E, and then we also have the rate, which is 0.055. Yeah, so it's 5.5%. You want to turn it into a decimal. Move it over twice. 0.055. That's the rate. So if I want to write the equation, here it is. A, the final amount, I don't know what it is, right? Equals the principal, 1050 times E. I'm not gonna change E at all, okay? E is just there. It's just a number. And it's raised to the RT power. So here's my equation. I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Well, it's not once a year. It's continuous. I mean, just the rate doesn't change. The annual just means that the rate doesn't change from year to year, but it's continuously compounding. All the time, every second, always. Yep. It's continuously compounding. Yep. All right, after 5 years, what are you going to do? Plug in 5 for T. You want me to use a highlighter? It's annoying to go back and forth. All right, so I'm going to plug in 5 for T. So it's 0.055 times 5, okay? So we still need to consider the orders of operations here. You do exponents first, right? But I don't really know what this is yet. I got to multiply them first. So you got to do 0.055 times 5. And then whatever that is, you have to do e raised to that power. So here's where the different calculator that you're using is going to come into play. You need to find the button on your calculator that looks like that, e to the x. Okay? So you can do e to whatever the power is. I don't know if the phone has it. It does? It does? Okay. So then you just hit that button, e to that, you put in the power, and it should give you a number. Do not clear the number. Multiply the number by 1050. Yeah, multiply these together first. And then do e to that power. Okay, did somebody get it? What'd you get? 1382 point what? 336? It's around the last two since we're talking about money. Yeah, that's true. What'd you say? Oh, that's what you get for E. So then multiply that by 1050. Yeah. If you did not get this number, you should get this number. You got that? No? If you didn't get that number, tell me.
Why do you hate me?
Okay, does that make sense? All right, try that one. That sounded kind of mean. It's you now. We're done talking about me. Okay? We're done talking about me and my financial problems. Let's talk about you. You'd like to have $10,000 when you graduate high school to help you pay for college. $10,000 isn't going to go very far in paying for college. When you turn 14, your parents start a bank account that earns 4.5% interest compounded continuously for your college fund. How much would they need to initially invest into this account for you to have your 10 grand by graduation, age 18? Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Let me ask you this. What equation are you using? How do you know it's Pert, though? Because it says compounded continuously. Are you kidding me? That's the best it's going to get. All right, so it's compounding continuously. I know I'm going to use Pert. So let's think about what we have. What do you have? Okay, how do you have A? Yes, you want to have $10,000. Do you have $10,000 right now? No. No, you want 10,000. That's a final amount. So that is A. What else do you have? You have the rate. So it's got to be 0.045, right? You have the time. What's the time? How do you know it's 4 years? Yep. So it started when it's 14. You want to cash it out when you're 18. That's 4 years later. So let's put in what we have. 10,000 is A. Don't know P. E to the R times T. So what are we solving for? P, which makes sense, right? It's asking you, how much do they need to initially invest? It's asking you, what is the initial amount, right? What is P? That's what we're trying to get. You guys okay with this? All right, so to solve it, first, you got to multiply that by that. So what is 0.045 times 4? 0.18? Okay. All right, so this is where it gets a little wacky. You are trying to solve for P, right? But let me ask you this. E to the 0.18, what is that? It's a number. It's a weird looking number, but it's just a number, right? So if you want to get P by itself, what do you need to do? Divide by this thing, because it's just a number, right? If this was like 5 times P, you would just divide it by 5, right? You wouldn't even think twice about it. So just divide it. Oh my gosh. Just divide it by this number, e raised to the 0.18 power. Don't know what it is, but I don't really care. So what you're going to do in your calculator, you're going to do 10,000 divided by e to the 0.18. And it'll give you a number. Not really. What did it give you? 8,352.82. So in the calculator, you start with 10,000 divided by, and then you go hit the E button, right? E raised to the 0.18 power. 233. Let me get a calculator. Hang on. Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, instead, okay, this is, yeah, that's literally divided by this. I didn't multiply these first, and then I actually rounded up that number. Yeah, well, nice.
I got 0.7 on yours. Yeah. Okay. 702. Yeah. All right, so it's 0.702. Oh boy. So this is the number you should get. If you cannot get that number in the calculator, tell me and I will show you how to get it. Okay. Yeah.